Imagine waking up in complete darkness, the air thick and suffocating. You slowly realize that you are trapped inside a wooden coffin. Your hands scrape against the rough wood as panic begins to set in. Every breath feels heavy. Every second stretches into an eternity. This is Paul Conroy's nightmare, and it begins with a simple, horrifying thought. He's buried alive. Paul fumbles with his pockets and finds a cell phone. He fumbles to turn it on, praying for a signal. A weak, flickering light illuminates his face, a face pale with fear. His fingers shake as he dials the only number he knows. The emergency services? The first call goes to voicemail. He's not just buried. He's completely isolated, with time slipping away like sand. If you were in his shoes, what would you do? Could you stay calm knowing the walls around you are closing in? I found this moment heartbreaking because it captures the fragility of human life. The phone finally connects, and a voice responds on the other end. Paul explains his situation, every word a desperate plea. The operator asks for details, and he struggles to give them. How deep am I? Where am I? He asks, his voice cracking. He doesn't know the answers, only the terrifying reality of being buried alive. He begins calling anyone he thinks can help, his wife, his company, the authorities. Each call is a mix of hope and despair. Every time the battery dies or the signal cuts out, it feels like the walls are moving closer. He glances around, trying to find air, space, anything that can save him. Time passes slowly. He recalls moments from his life, his family, his son, his wife. He touches the cell phone, holding it like a lifeline. Every memory is bittersweet, because he might not survive to see another day. I couldn't help but wonder, if this were my last chance to speak to someone I love, what would I say? He attempts to reason with his captors through phone calls. The kidnappers demand something. Money, messages, proof of life. Paul negotiates, pleading for his survival. The fear is palpable, yet he tries to stay rational, calculating every move. Even in this claustrophobic coffin, he clings to hope. Hours feel like days. His fingers are cramped, his mouth dry, his body aching. He tries to shift the coffin slightly, testing its boundaries. The wooden walls are unyielding, unrelenting, like a tombstone sealing his fate. He whispers encouragement to himself. You can get out of this. You have to survive. I found this part incredibly tense, because every tiny movement could mean life or death. It's a terrifying reminder of how fragile our existence can be. Could you imagine the mental strength it takes to stay calm in total darkness? Paul's thoughts begin to spiral. He remembers the people who love him, imagining their faces. He speaks to his wife, trying to stay strong for her. He promises he'll come back, though he isn't sure he can. Every word is heavy with emotion, every sentence a prayer for survival. He experiments with every object in the coffin. He uses the flashlight on the cell phone to search the walls. He presses against the wooden walls, listening for sounds from outside. Each creak, each faint noise fuels a mixture of hope and terror. Eventually, he leaves a recorded message for his family. He expresses his love, his regrets, and his desperate hope to be found. He whispers, "I don't want this to be the end," into the phone. This is one of the most heart-wrenching moments because it captures true human vulnerability. Tell me in the comments, if you were him, what message would you leave? The battery begins to die again. Paul frantically calls one last number, hoping for a miracle. His voice echoes inside the coffin, small but determined. He pleads, he bargains, he cries, and he fights with everything inside him. The hours tick away, unrelenting. Paul begins to realize that he may not escape. Yet even in the darkest moments, he refuses to give up entirely. His courage, though fragile, shines in the most impossible circumstances. The screen of the cell phone flickers for the final time. His hands drop to his side, exhausted, trembling. He closes his eyes, bracing for the inevitable. In this moment, You can feel the weight of isolation, fear, and humanity. And yet there's a lesson buried within his struggle. Even when trapped in the darkest situations, the human spirit clings to hope. Could you have found that hope in complete despair? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. Paul's story reminds us of life's fragility. It reminds us that every second matters, that every voice counts. Buried alive, yet not truly broken, his story is a haunting testament to survival, courage, and the power of human resilience.